This is the bottom line Liberia. Join us on Facebook, YouTube and online radio. This is the bottom line Liberia. Join us on Facebook, YouTube and online radio.
Well, this is the bottom line Liberia. You can catch us on Facebook. We on YouTube. And we also on our various pages. We're on Jala TV from Liberia, so if you live in Liberia, all you need to do is tune into Jala TV and you'll be following us live. And so we want to welcome all of you. Tonight is going to be very interesting. I got a host of contributors coming on. Tonight, we're going to also have guests on the show. I'm saying guests because we expect more than one. However, we're going to do a review of the newspapers like we usually do. And in the next 1 or 2 minutes, my colleagues, Jamal Kamara, Paul Delort Chilope, and Francis Mensah will be joining me. And if possible, our sister Lucretia Nelson, she's not in very top form, so we want to wish her a speedy recovery, and as soon as she gets much better, because here we use the only weapon we use here is mouth. So in order for you to participate on the show, you have to be in very good shape in order to talk. It's not a requirement though, but I mean, physically, I think everybody needs to be well to talk, because if you're not feeling well, you got cold, stuff like that, it's not very easy to talk. But I want to say welcome to all of you. We'll be back pretty soon to start. My colleagues will be joining me very quick, but we'll take a quick break. And so I'd like to say welcome to the Portland Liberia. My name is Linford Egon Goe. I'm here in Studio 1 or Studio A in Norway. And tonight, like I said, we're going to have a full house of panelists as well as guests. We expect more than one guest on the show tonight. And we'll be discussing issues of national concern. Like I told you earlier on, I'll be joined by Paul the Lord Chilope from the UK. Jamal Kamara will also be coming in, and we expect Francis Mensah to also join us from Sweden. So we all linked around Europe, UK, Norway, Sweden, and we're trying to extend the perimeter. So probably going to have people from Belgium joining us as well to be panelists on the show, because we want to make it a European-based stuff. But if you're joining us from Liberia, we'd like to say welcome. We have Jala TV in Liberia, so you can join us from Liberia, follow Jala TV, and we'll be a part of the show. So let me say welcome to you, Paul. And today is the second month of the year 2024. So it's 02/02/2024. How is the day going?
Well, first of all, I want to say good evening to you and our viewers, wherever they're viewing from. The evening is okay. Sitting in my little corner, mind my own business and having an equal eye on Liberia. So it is where it is. It's good to be back on this wonderful platform. How you doing?
Well, I'm doing pretty well. We had a very wonderful weather today. The sun was brilliant, and we celebrating that. But guys, like I said, the sun was brilliant. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry for that interruption. If you follow us from Liberia, we ask you to share the show. You can follow Jala TV, invite a friend, take a cup of coffee. Since it is Liberia, anything you can lay hand on. Sometimes you got a power and you can put some in a glass and you sit there and listen to us. Here we discuss the issues. We make sure that we don't insult people, we don't denigrate people, we don't bring down people, we don't undermine anybody. We just say the fact, and that's what we do. But Paul, to address your question, my day was pretty well fun, and I believe that we are moving closer to the summer. Not summer, what do you call that stuff? To the spring. At least we have 2-3 minutes of other daylight, so instead of getting dark at 2 o'clock, at least we got like maybe 2:15, 2:30 before we can experience darkness. So, but generally, all is good now.
Right, great. So, what's on the menu tonight? Talk to us.
Oh yes, that's a good question. We're going to be welcoming some of our guests, those whose names we can see. But what's on the menu? That's a very good question right there. Tonight we're going to have a review of the major newspapers in Liberia that are making the major news that are making headlines in the major newspapers. We'll be looking at them, and specifically there are two things in the news tonight that draw my attention. The first one is the postponement of Madam Sarah Besloyanti's confirmation hearing. We'll try to find some reasons behind. We'll try to build a theory, conspiracy theory, because we do not have the answers to the many questions that particular action is raising. So we will be, developing some hypotheses and try to build a theory around it. Then I will also look at a very good gift that was given to the president of Liberia, His Excellency Dr. You see, I told you, just 2 weeks in office, he's a doctor. Dr. Joseph Newman Boakai. He received a donation from former House Speaker Buffer Chimas, a new brand ambulance, well equipped. So that was a very good gift, and we'll be looking at that. We'll be looking at that. Like I said, we'll go into details. But let me say welcome to all of you. And like I said, we'll also have a guest. We'll have maybe 1 or 2 guests on the show, and they will be telling us about their organization and what they do, what are their plans for the year 2024 into 2026, 25. So we'll be going through all of that. And so stay with us. It's going to be interesting, especially the newspaper part, where we're going to be reviewing the major news stories that are making headlines in Liberia. And don't tell me, and I read that thing. You can read it. Your understanding of reading is different. My understanding of interpreting it is also quite different. So those are some of the things we'll be talking about tonight, and we hope that our guests can stay, or our viewers can stay with us.
Yeah, thank you. That's good. So looking forward to that, and let's ask our viewers to kindly share the show while. Can we go into the musical intro then while we share the show?
As usual, viewers, we need to take a short musical break. We're not boring you down. We'll come. Don't worry. This year we're here for 2 hours plus. So we take our usual musical break. And it's during that time that we share the show to our various contacts, and that you can have the chance to also share it to your various contacts as well. So sit tight, grab something, munch on it, sip on it, and do the due diligence to yourself by sitting and listening to us.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not the I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with their speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not the corrupt. I said no one to trust. My people don't want to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they said they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then stay they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So, why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. We tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us. You screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie.
Well, welcome back. We are back. This is the bottom line Liberia, like we said earlier on. We needed a musical break so that you, the viewers, can get settled, and so that we, the producers, as well, can get settled, and then we can get back to normal business. And once again, let me say welcome to you and welcome to my colleague Paul the Lord Chulupe from the UK. Paul already knows what we're going to be doing tonight. Jima Kamara will be joining us in a few seconds, and together we're going to be here. And you know, Paul, as we are just getting to start, I'm reading some of the comments, and I laugh here. There's a guy, John Ma is asking whether we are Mandingo people. I don't know. I don't know what's the problem. What is John Man's problem with Mandingo people? I don't know. But John Man, here we don't do travelism. We are Liberians. So whether we cry with Mandingo, we fight, we bandy, it doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, some of us speak more than one Liberian languages. So
left don't mind, John Man. He just want to take you off the
say whether we are Mandingo people. But welcome, John Man. Invite your friend. You know, send a link to some of your friends. Say, oh, my man, or if that woman say, oh, my girl, can you know, we get one
Mandingo go somewhere, come and watch them. That's fun. Let's flow, man.
Yeah, but every time I let them go in the comment section and listen to or read some of those very nice comments. You know, all comment makes sense here. The only thing do cause when you cause with black, you that one I can tell anybody straight up because we don't want this to be like Prophet Key show. That one enough fun. But tonight we're going to have a house full of events. We're going to be reviewing the newspapers, like we said earlier on. So if you join us, sit down. Let's do it together. Without you, we cannot do it, and without us, we cannot be here. So, and like I said, we also expect guests to come on the show tonight. Not one, at least two. That they come from the same organization. We expect that they will be on the show tonight. So, hopefully, it's going to be very, very interesting for us to get along. So, Paul, we'll be talking about the newspapers, right? But before we go to the newspaper, there have been this political climate in Liberia of late, where after the inauguration, the next thing now that started happening is appointments. And it's like somebody was jokingly saying to me, saying when you go to a job site in Moroyo, you know, you can see plenty of CV that they get dumped there. So that get used. So, but it's like a gold rush, right? Like they discover a new gold mine somewhere and people are rushing to go get some of the gold. To the point where diaspora Liberians will leave even their cleaning job, their office jobs, to go to Liberia of all places, to go scramble over a job with the people who are on the ground. And this thing is becoming like you know, unbearable for most of the guys that are on the ground. Because I will tell you one thing, most of the people who supported these politicians in the rain and the sun, they thought they had a part to play in the formation of the government. And that's why they were all out abusing people. They were causing people mad. They were blacking good friends. They were doing all these things. But it's turning to be like new faces are coming, and so, you know, they are forgotten. What do you say to that?
First of all, I would say to our viewers, welcome to the Bottomland discussion, wherever you're viewing us from. This is the European-based platform, the Bottomland, Liberia. Linfo, this is an age-old problem in Liberia. People campaign for people because they want to be part of that group that will go and cut the elephant meat. I usually refer to Liberia as the bigger elephant meat on the planet Earth, that people can cut that meat, cannot just finish. So imagine you have your local job in the diaspora, you leave it to go run to scramble over jobs in Liberia. What does that say to you? If somebody come up with any visionary person that come up with a really good plan for Liberia, at this time you found out that, look, so you want to take over the place. You don't even have a shadow government. You get in office after inauguration, all that. 3 weeks later, you still finding names. It is what it is.
Yeah, but again, somebody could argue and say, well, to get the names, not a thing. But you gotta be strategic when you're planning. You gotta be strategic in information of your government, okay? Especially when you have a government that came to power by coalition or alliances. You know, you didn't come to power by yourself to say, okay, I had these people with my circle, and it is these people who brought me to power. But you had to go borrow here and there. You know, I'll tell you a short story, then we'll proceed. There was this very fine, beautiful girl that all the men they like, but then she refused all the men, and so they ugly Gina from way in the bush went and borrowed the apple or BB, the skin was rugged or what. So he borrowed different things, eyeball, smooth skin, everything, nice tea, everything. Then he came to marry this girl. So time for them to go now. He and the girl going. He'll go. Then
that water saga little story you can't bring here.
Yeah, then until he was giving all the farm at the end of the day, it was tough for the girl now. So this is the story with the Unity Party. In order to win the election, they had to dance with the devil. They took all the other party then. Now time to formulate the government, it becomes a problem. Because it's not easy to just drop those other parties aside. Look at and the partisans of the Unity Party feel entitled. Okay, they actually did some work. They feel entitled. So, and then the other parties they keep on condition that will help you, but you get something.
Let me cut you off. They are very disorganized. I can tell you for a fact that I was involved in the party. A sensible party, what it will do, they have people already designated in place waiting. Then if anybody gonna join, there were 20% allocated for those people that will come in later to help them reach the promised land. So from day one, the Unity Party, I can say they are very disorganized. They only wanted to come to power to do the same old thing they did for 12 years. If they were organized, the CDC that they said they were inapt, they have no experience. How come CDC, when they elected CDC, in less than 3 weeks, the names came out? Who going to be where? This is a party that
did you also see just putting people there because you want to fill in the blank?
Look,
so CDC government.
Linfa, look at this. Your intent is to change Liberia.
Right.
And you have the mindset to change Liberia. So from day one, you know who you're going to send to Ministry of Justice, who you're going to send to Foreign Affairs, who you're going to send here, who you're going to send there to get the ball rolling. The fact is that you need to
dialogue here. But do you see the condition? Listen to the I gave you a scenario where you have if the United Party people, it will not be hard to replace with people.
But I answer you didn't get it. I said organized party will keep 20% or 10% of those who's going to join. Listen now, who's going to join those people?
I'm not a member of the Unity Party, so I can't defend it.
That's what I'm saying. They're disorganized. I know other parties that were prepared from. They will look at the CDC. I will take you back to the CDC because the CDC were in government. People came in, they were in alliance. They had Prince Johnson that joined them later on. What happened? They won. They came out with their names. The most experienced, more educated party is disorganized than the CDC. What does that tell you? Welcome to the program, Jamal. The Linfa trying to upset me with the Unity Party thing.
I think Jamal having a problem with his.
He's not having a problem. Just low.
I'm not having. Okay.
I hardly hear you.
Hello, you hear me now?
Yes.
So thank you very much for having me. Thanks for joining you again, guys. It's a full house, and it's going to be a thought-provoking discussion tonight. Like you said, we've got a couple of guests, 1 or 2 guests coming on, and the front pages for newspaper are going to be a thing that we'll be discussing tonight. So I will advise you book it up now. We're going to take you through a tough and rocky ride.
Okay, Yeah, thank you for that, Jima. And by the way, Jima does most of the technical things here. So if you see he's in the background, he's putting things together. You know, everywhere we got people who get an error. But Jima said it right. We're going to have two guests. So we have one of our guests backstage already, and we are awaiting the arrival of the other person. But while they are waiting, and to come on, we're going to glance through the newspapers very quickly. Jima has a responsibility for that. Uh, Jima, you know, the thing is, the newspaper thing, what I like about it is it tells the exact story, right? At least we're not saying it, so nobody can say we are saying it. It tells the exact story as it is. So Jima, can you drill us through so we can comment, we can make our comment, give our views. I know Paul already getting also with me.
Thank you very much. We want to first take our first step will be the Daily Observer. Paul, to just confirm what Paul has said is with regard to the Unity Party chairperson, which is Reverend Tapet. Tapet led the demonstration to the house of the people that supported him to go up to president. He has not been designated in any key position. So the Daily Observer report this to keep the Daily Observer. This is the story. Like ruling party chair leads protest outside the president over jobs. So this is why exactly Paul has been saying to just confirm Paul's statement. So he took the people to the president's house, protest the public, whether he may have organized them while still managed, get them to the president to demand job. So that tells us there are a lot of confusion behind the scene. Something is not right. Is going on very well. Where the president that's the party chairman, Unity Party chairman. I mean, this newspaper reported today by the Daily Observer newspaper. Now, he told the ruling party chairman, that's Reverend Tappet, taking the protester, told them to go to the house of the president to demand for jobs so they can ask the president to designate him. So far, all the appointments being made, he has not been designated. Paul, this is what he's been saying. So I don't know. It's a disorganization. It's a conflict in the background. We don't know. Probably something's motivated. Like you said, 3 weeks or more, we have not heard anything good. Some people are saying that they are giving time to president to think, well, who to put in there. But let's see what could be the story. If the party chairman is still crying foul right now, there are a lot to come, Paul.
And Jamal, let me add on to this. The party chairman, he want a specific job. He want to be sent to the National Port Authority. And why his name has not come out yet. So this just tell you the people are disorganized. These are the people that said that they came to rescue Liberia. You come to rescue a country from day one. You don't even have your government names in place. What sort of rescue they come to rescue our country? I just don't get it. I thought CDC was disorganized, but it seems to me that United Party is the most disorganized party in Liberia. So that rescue thing they're talking about is complete shamble. It's not going to work. It just tell you, if the party chairman can send people to protest in front of the president's house for job, what does that say to you? Some kind of screeching not coming from the background.
Not from my end.
Okay. Yeah, go on.
Right. In addition to that, to confirm what you're saying, there was another story also coming up where political alliances with the Unity Party are also asking for their share of the power. That is like their leadership. So if this also comes from this is from the newspaper, front page, saying that disagreement in the Unity Party alliance are supporting political parties point out early neglect by President Boakai. So President Boakai has neglected them. According to them, they need their share of the power. They have not been given anything so far. Therefore, they want they have to be the hand have to be in the candy jar. So so this is a demonstration. This says that those who support it, like if you look at the only person so far we heard of was Breslow, Sarah Yanti Breslow, who I think will come to that later on, who confirmation is being postponed, put on hold for so many reasons. We'll talk about that. But this lady, Madila Cooper, is one of those waiting to get a job, as well as those from the ARCO. They're also waiting to get their share of the power. Other political alliances waiting to get a share of the power. So something is not right. It's going on. We don't know detail yet, but something is going behind the scene. It's not going right. The person is really in the state of confusion. He doesn't know who to point out. He doesn't know who to point out. If you see the latest appointment so far, it's his presidency and also the military. This is far what happened, but the rest is like some key ministries still out here, like Minister of I think Transportation, right? I've not heard that yet. If you have, I don't know about that. But we're still waiting for Public Works. We still are waiting for telecommunication. A couple of ministries, I think youth and sport, we have youth and sport, or labor, Public Works, telecommunication. A couple of other autonomous agencies are still left out. So,
Let me. I think I can come in here.
go on.
First, let me throw a little light on the protest led by reportedly led by Reverend Luther Tapper, and you know, it's like they say when the level ready to get why can start eating there first. I've always said it that the Unity Party, they will have that problem. They will have opposition. CDC even ready yet. Whether see people will do something, they ain't even ready yet. But within themselves, because the United Party itself is full of opposition. The opposition group got together to support them. So they will start having that wrangling among themselves before when the outside forces come, then things will fall apart. If the party chairman can do a protest, that signals something. But let's move forward to the one you were talking about appointment, Chiba. Public Works, I think Roland Giddings is at Public Works now. That was one of the names that you are muted.
Talking about some key ministry has not been filled in, like the labor ministry, telecommunication, and many other autonomous agencies.
Okay, yeah, and those are concerned. But again, let's look at the reason why, or the most possible reason why you think those appointments have not been made. You see, it is a prerogative of the president to make appointments, and only if the president has control over the situation. But now, when you have a conglomeration of parties that you promise that if you help us, we'll help you. So, what if they want to give labor ministry to Prince Johnson, and Prince Johnson say no, I don't want it? Then several personal parties say I want it. They say no, we want it. No. So I think if you put yourself in the shoes of Boakai now, you'll feel for him, because he said he was going to dance with the devil if at all he has to win. And dancing with the devil, it has consequences. So I think it's not easy as we think it is, just to say John Brown go there, Peter go there. No. Those are strategic places, and you got to make strategic decisions. And you are not making it by yourself. You are being influenced. So I think let us not just think that it's easy as we think it is.
So Linford, I like what you just said, but we were told for a long, hard campaign that this rescue mission, they were going to rescue this country. So if you set to rescue your people, you mean you got to get your fire brigade group in place. You have to have your police in place. You have to have everything in place. So the day the other people hand it over, you start a rescue mission right away. You cannot be in a situation now. Your party chairman is organizing demonstration because he was not appointed yet. He have not been nominated yet. It just tells you, if the party chairman is doing that, the whole political party, in my view, very disorganized.
Yeah, that I think this qualify a lot of things, Linford. I agree with what Paul is saying. We keep saying this thing on this show over and Linford is muted.
Okay, yeah. I'm actually saying, why is he fighting for position if at all he is fighting for position? He's chairman of the party. That's a job.
Exactly.
So yeah, that tells us that a lot of smoke in the background. Something happening in the background we don't know, and it's a serious issue to look into. You understand, we said on the show last night, probably you were not here, that why is it taking a long time for the president to come up with the list? And now we're having some feedback, guys. All right, it's taking a long time for us to get the list coming up. And now if we've been saying there's a smoke screen somewhere, something's coming, there's smoke, it's a fire because of the delay. Now, what is happening today? The Daily Observer, this story you're seeing on the front of this screen right now is from Daily Observer newspaper. Well, Reverend Luther Tapper, the able-bodied chairman of the Unity Party, leading a protest for a job. Oh my goodness. What are we? It's a serious issue. A party chairman, I've never seen in Liberian before, never ever seen in Liberian politics. I may be young in Liberian politics, but I've not probably therefore you've been around the media for more than 20 years. You tell me, have you seen this before?
No, one thing I will tell you, every time I look at the Liberian government right now, let's say from the war time, or even right after the war, from till my own papi, or from till time, because that's when I started really looking at government or I was actively, scrutinizing government. Up to now, even in the early time, I just feel that the Liberian government is just a photocopy of what government used to be. Probably because we were young, so we have high respect. Maybe the children nowadays will also respect this type of government. But I mean, I remember I grew up on a bypass. So when you see LEG1, LEG, our legislature, will have black license plate, your country flag, the Liberian flag on the side, and most of them using black car. You see that car coming, look at, the kind of person in the car, look at the likes of Richie Henrys, the likes of James A. Or what the guy name, I forgot somebody's name.
James A. Pierre.
Yeah, James A. Pierre, and most country representative. Those people. But you got people like, I don't want to call some names here. You got them as representatives. So for me, it's just a structure of government that we're looking at now, but not the people in government. Trust me.
Okay.
Trust me, those guys will be well respected. I mean, when you appoint foreign minister, the foreign minister, a man who, when he goes to represent your country, you gotta be scratching your head as to what you will say, whether you do the right thing. Okay? But look at now. So you asked me the question, what I think. I think that's my honest opinion. I'm not bringing anybody down, but I am telling you, government in Liberia now is just a play toy. The same way like schools or infrastructure in Liberia, school. You got somebody coming from University of Liberia, they can hardly compose a particular sentence. And so it's
we will like to take only 3 news per headline because we got guests coming up, not to spend too much time. I want to go to the Sarah.
Yeah, we can take a guess at exactly 10 o'clock.
Right. Okay. What time?
In 20 minutes.
It's 20 more minutes.
We'll rough through the couple of 1 or 2 newspaper, but I think you spoke earlier about the special gift given to the president. We'll speak about who gave that gift and why the president received this gift and why it's necessary for us to talk about it. And second to that, we'll also talk about why Sarah Beslow Yanti is not getting a confirmation. So we'll talk about it. So let's go to again the front page, Africa. This is their story. Confirmation came to a halt. Confirmation came to a halt. This is Sarah Beslow Yanti confirmation. It's one of the confirmation that is really taking time. She's not been confirmed. And look at the crowd, sure. Guys, what's your story on this? What is the information? I'll give you the front page will be reporting about, and I'll tell you what I know of the story.
Okay, but let me, before you come there, I see some picture here. She's in the yellow, right?
Yeah, she's the yellow. They're in the yellow gown.
Okay, then there is a lady to her right hand side. The lady looks like Judy Andy. I'm not too sure.
I don't know who is there, but
okay, they now cultural ambassador. But let's talk about the story. I think I will
let me tell you what the story about. The background, what caused you? You have any from you? Go on. As link for
yeah. The Dillon's account of the story is that Senator Dillon is the chairman on foreign affairs, right, in the Senate, and he's presiding over this confirmation hearing. And the confirmation hearing has started already, according to the story. It was in progress, and there were this news or rumors outside that Sarah Beslow Yanti will be denied by the committee because of Dillon's influence. That's what was going in the air. And her supporter, and remember that Sarah Yanti Beslow was also a political leader, so she got followings. So all her people started to gather outside, according to the story. And I don't know whether Dillon looked through the window or what. And then he had to stop the hearing on grounds that there was security breach. That's exactly the word they use. Because of huge crowd outside. So I don't understand why will my supporters come to my event and then the people who are hosting the event get afraid because of my supporters coming and then they start the event. So I don't know. That is the power the story did not explain. Were the people going to do something, or what the event planners, Dillon and his committee, were they going to do something that were afraid that would have caused the supporters of Nyanti to go on the rampage? So that we don't understand. But guys, maybe one of you read a story or you heard something in the grapevine can contribute.
Yeah, what you said, it's about the turn. There were massive turn up, like about over 2,000 people show up. And that's kind of thing. He came on information you put into a hole because they don't say, quote unquote, that it was a security breach. I don't know who told him. Probably his top security officer told him that they were like his life was threatened, so there was security breach. So up to the present, there's no confirmation going on. So up to the present, Sarah Bessler Unity has not been confirmed. Only her confirmation is still on hold for now. So that's the reason. So, guys, I think we're rushing a little bit through it. Let me take you to a special gift. Paul, will you tell me why the president received this special gift? I mean, how many? 1 week in office or a month, roughly a month in office? Paul?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, this story about the amulet.
Proper people don't follow the story. Who gave the ambulance and why it is, where is it parked, and why should make a news at the moment? Why should this ambulance, the president can have it. Why should it be a big news?
Guys, do you see the larger picture of it?
The presidential
Hello?
amulet.
Which one? The larger picture? Do you have a big one?
I mean, do you see? Because I made it big, so do you see it?
No, I don't see
I zoom it, or is it on my screen?
This one?
No, I mean, I zoom it. Is it only on my screen that is zoom, or it's also zoom?
The people are saying it now. It's a presidential ambulance.
Okay.
Oh, tell us.
Well,
You've been among a security corridor. You know what is why president should have, and also you've been a health practitioner. Tell them why presidential ambulance, why is it making the news in this time? And a president should have an ambulance, isn't it?
But the thing is, the president convoy, there's an ambulance already allocated to the president, but this new ambulance was given to opposition. Buffer Chima, the former Speaker of the House. Now, why Buffer Chima, there's presidential ambulance already that they have. So the president travel all the time. You see the ambulance is part of that convoy. But this ambulance have a lot of gadgets in it. This is state-of-the-art ambulance. Why this ambulance was not given to one of the hospitals in Liberia, but was given to the president and is parked in front of the president's house.
Or in the compound, it's very nice inside the house.
In his compound.
Okay. Why I think so, Lufa? Why you think they'll give it to him?
Well,
They took it to his house.
I'm just going to speculate. I'm going to speculate that the giving of the ambulance is for the sole purpose for the president. The sole purpose of it is to be used by the president. Though Paul alluded earlier on, by protocol there must be or there should be an ambulance in the president's detail. But if that's the fact that there's always ambulance in the president's detail, then why is it that he should get this particular ambulance parked at his residence? So I will build my theory. Earlier on I said we'll build some conspiracy theories here. Number one, I believe, and this is my opinion, it's not an opinion of the Portland Liberia, and I'm being protected by the Camara freedom of speech, right? I believe that because of the president's health condition, this ambulance is exclusively for him to be on the standby at any hour, any time of the day, any time of the night, because of his condition. That's my theory. The second one, which is on negative side, is that I think there is something called the code of conduct that prohibits the president from receiving a gift.
That's right.
$250. So this ambulance does not cost 250. Even if you go to the garage where they make the ambulance, they will not tell you say it costs $250. So this is a breach of the protocol of the code of conduct. The president should not receive anything more than that value. And why is it coming from former Speaker of the House who is in opposition? Is Buffer Chimos trying to buy favor from the president? What? No, so it's a lot of speculations that people will make when it comes to this ambulance. I know the newspaper will write something to confuse the people, but in the mind, there are a lot of speculations. Why Buffer Chimos? One, like Paul said, why is this ambulance not going to the hospital? Two, and why is it not probably replacing the one that they have in the president's convoy, but it's exclusively parked at his house? So it's a lot of things that we need to find out, when it comes to this ambulance. And we hope that as the days go by, if the media in Liberia will do due diligence to the process, they should dig deeper so we can know why Buffer Chima of all persons is giving the president this kind of expensive gift that is above what is prescribed by the code of conduct.
What do we think will be this equipment? It will be in this presidential ambulance. It could be it's a customized, I believe, for the presidential ambulance. A lot of stuff should be concerning the condition of the president. What do you think will be, guys? What do we think will be in this ambulance? Thing like a special gas tank in there.
So Jamal, yes. Nobody knows the condition of the president. Sometimes we hear rumors say he ill, he gone to hospital, but they have not come out to tell us whether the president's health condition is good. But Ray, he is my dad. He is the father of Liberian. Already Liberian should know his health status. Why is this ammonia packed at his house that could save many lives in Liberia?
No, but they give it as a gift, like George Bush received.
But he's not supposed to accept over $250 gift.
No, you have to pay a couple of gifts. They ask him, say one of the gifts were given to him by his son. So nobody complained. As well, chancellors, I don't know about the gift for Ellen, but other Liberian presidents received gifts as well. So why should we complain? Their concern should be.
I think so. So when something went bad yesterday, it was bad, but be bad today.
I agree with you. It's not right. The two wrong can't make it right. My point here is the House of Legislation should have been questioning these things for the past leadership. They all sat there quietly without questioning the issues. Now, Buffer Chambers, all different people, like Macaulay Linford said, they gave a gift to the president. Opposition need to hold this. Probably, I like the way Linford put it. Homer is not feeling well. His health condition is bad. I mean, purely that is it. You need help. So somebody needs some kind of resuscitation at time when it goes off. So I believe this particular, I'm just speculating, this particular ambulance will be equipped with a good first aiders, ambulance team that are able to look after on 247 on this ambulance, waiting to take him anywhere it is necessary. Probably there could be a month, and they don't need anything. Government can afford to buy an ambulance for a detail. So this is, I wish to see inside this ambulance, gentlemen, to see what is in this ambulance and what make it so. It may be a special made.
Yeah. And I know we got very short time to bring our guests. They've been waiting in it by for long. All two of them are available already. But can to add my last cut on this ambulance thing? I think Buffer Chima, no, Liberian voters, look, this is a lawmaker, Buffer Chimos. The law that they themselves made and signed, they say the people in Liberian way, you will not give something to the president at more than $250. Then you go take whole ambulance and give it to the president, and you lawmaker. So when one Joe Blow from way down there gave the president what you say? Will you condemn it or they break any part of the law? What you do? See, and this is why we have allowed our country to be what it is, because the lawmakers themselves break the law with no. In a good country, Baba Chima should be under investigation by his colleagues.
Right.
In a good country, in a real country, because like I said
also.
Before,
in a normal country,
Liberia is just now a free. It's not a real country anymore.
So, in a normal country, me add to that, Linford, in a normal country, but the president accepting over $250 gift, he should be called to the house too and be investigated by law. So we should, if them are going back to this story, we were told that the president going to rescue Liberia. There is a bad precedent. You can't rescue the people and then you accept gift. This is wrong. When wrong is wrong, let's put it this way. Jamal, recognize some of the viewers are be by, let me take care of something.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Well,
I can do that. I can do that to help you, man. Let me.
yes, us, Linford, we recognize viewers are joining us. From there, we'll come with one more, or just 2 minutes on one of the articles. We'll take a break and bring our guests on. Is that okay?
Okay. Yeah,
Right.
let me do this quickly. Chandra Brian is joining us, and she's giving us we European and our weather business, everything. European on top of weather. And then we have John Man who wants to know whether we on the panel here, we are Majingo people. And then my little brother Ali Goa is following us from Monrovia. And also Mona Clipper, she's wishing us good afternoon. Maureen Wilson says, Paul, you are right. And I think we were talking about the ambulance business. And Scott Ritter say your prediction may be right because he's not well, so he can get to hospital quickly. Yeah, that's about the ambulance stuff. You see, this ambulance thing will raise a lot of questions in the minds of the people. So, Carpatrick, we are our papa is by Carpatrick, we are say Paul, not all entitled to the presidential ambulance. That's why it is called presidential. Okay, Carpatrick, so he's an elderly head here, and maybe he knows a lot that we don't know. So he's trying to help us out. Then Chandra Brown finally says that, but don't we have ambulances everywhere? What? We don't know. But if you just joining us, this is the bottom Liberia. Here we discuss the issue. We get to the bottom from the top, and we leave no stone unturned. We give our opinions on the issue. Our opinions may not be right, but they're not wrong either. That's what makes it our opinion. They're not facts, and they're not false either. So, Jima, you said you're going to run through two more papers, and we can take our guests, and our guests will be on time because we got 5 minutes to 10 o'clock.
I just want to go on one more paper because we don't have that much time. So, we don't have that much time, so we can take a break. We will take over and bring our guests on. I want to bring on this one. This is how to do with the Liberian Court orders outgoing police Inspector General Sudu orders to legally refund 12,000 taken from a businessman. This is
the outgoing RG.
RG. So why did this news has not been in the news? It's just coming out now because it's been removed. So he's been covering this for years. So this is
probably this case has been in court. So the court just decided.
Yeah, the judge decided, but it was now in the news that they took some money from. So these are the guys that were involved in that. I think they kind of seized the money from the businessman, and the court asked them that he was illegally seized from them. They should return the money. The court is ordering them to pay the $12,000 to a businessman. So on therefore, you want to make a comment on that? They will take a break, and then you take over to bring our guests on.
You see, the thing is, it's hard to say this kind of thing because the court, if the court knows that the RG actually took money from these people, they shouldn't tell them to. They shouldn't instruct the RG to return the money. The RG should be behind bars while we're talking, or probably maybe on a bond. But again, probably because he's the police RG, and so they give him special protection. I don't know, because this is extortion. This is extortion, taking money from a businessman. How does that interpret to the outside world? People will be afraid to come because if this guy goes out, remember he's a business guy, and he also have friends in the business world. So, in order for anybody to make business, they want reference. You say, my man, our country, where you operating? How is everything? Say, my man, when you go there, they'll take all your money from you. The police director, so this is a bad story for Liberia, especially for the security sector. And so I think Patrick Sulu should be behind bar while we're talking until he can pay the money, or he should be on a very big bond so that they can be able to restitute. Because I know the court will not render the decision if they know that Patrick Sulu is not wrong or he didn't do the act. So this one is not accusation. It comes from the court. It comes from the court. So I gave him much credence. That's why I'm not even using allegedly, because the court will not lie on Patrick Sulu. So Patrick Sulu whether he's on a bond or not. But if he's not on a bond, he should be in jail until somebody can stand a bond and then produce that money, because this sets a bad precedent for Liberia. You are muted, Jamal.
Paul, we want to have your comment on this newspaper story on the newspaper story on the front page. So you can make two minutes for your end, so we can take a break. Your link for invite the guests to the two guests already in the background, so you can bring them on.
So Jamal,
yes,
we shouldn't waste our time on these corrupt people. Let's bring our, because these guys, I tell you, this is what it just heartbreaking when you hear a story like this. Linford said it right. You're not going to encourage any investor to go to Liberia with this kind of news. Let's bring all the guests and discuss something better and forget about these people. See?
On that note, we want to take a break and I'll be back with our guests.
Okay.
hotlbr.com.
Exclusive from hotlbr.com.
If you marry Grego Maya, every day Pambata will let it to Tabatu. If you marry Baza Maya, every day full money to Nina.
Okay, Jamal, can you take down the news? Okay, thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining us, this is the Bottom Line Liberia. It's a European-based Liberian platform where we give you the information as they are available. We do not make up anything here. We do not inflate our numbers. We do not do anything. We do not lie on people. We say it as they are. So tonight we told you that we're going to have two distinguished Liberians here, and they both live in Norway, and they'll be telling us about themselves. But I know a little about them. The gentleman will explain more about himself, but what I know, the much I know about him is he's a personal colleague, a personal friend, personal brother that I've known for years, and he is now heading the Liberian Association here in Norway, and we have our sister testimony, Doga. She's also here. I'm not too sure if I met her before, but we so many here, and we all scatter all between these mountains, and that's the natural nature of Norwegians. The other people behind the other mountain, they know that somebody on that side until by mistake you try to meet them and say, "Oh, man, here is it." But some people on the other side, other people there, so that how they get to know each other. But let's welcome Eric, Pastor Eric Warner. Eric is a man of God. Eric, you are muted, so you got to unmute yourself. He's a man of God. He will tell us a little bit about himself, and then after we'll ask our sister to get on and let us tell us about themselves, and then from there we'll kick start. So, Pastor Warner, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure being here once again. I remember I was here a couple of months ago,
right,
just after we took over from the outgoing administration. Well, I'm Eric Warner. I'm a pastor. Happen to be the president or chairman of the associations of Liberian organizations in Norway. We took over just after July 26, and by the grace of God, we're trying our best to unite our people here and to see how we can push our organization forward. So I'm happy to be here. It's a pleasure being on your show once again.
Thank you. Sis Testimony, Ebony Doga. Welcome. Personally, from me, I'm not sure if we have met before, but I want to say welcome and tell us a little bit about yourself and stuff like that.
Well, let me say good evening to every one of you, including the listener, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to appear on your show. My name is Testimony Ebony Doka, but I'm sure we have met. My name is Loretta. Maybe when you hear the Loretta, then you know me very well. So, and I acting planning committee chair for this coming up program. So I'm here to give a brief history concerning what we intend to do on the 17th of February.
Okay. So I'll give my colleagues the opportunity to welcome you guys, and if they have any opening statement or any opening comment for you guys, then we can get going.
Well, good evening, everyone. The Reverend, I think I met you this gone summer in your town. And to our sister, welcome on the bottom line. Yeah, we had a good time over there. So, and I'm hoping to be back.
I remember you now.
So it's good to have you on the bottom line. This is our European platform. Welcome to the bottom line. Make this your home.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
Chima? Chima, not hearing me?
He's muted.
You're very low.
Yeah, okay. I'm just trying to welcome. I want to welcome our guest again tonight. Thank you very much for Pastor joining us. Pastor, why don't you want to a couple of months ago? Yeah, sister.
You low, Jema, tune a little bit up.
Hello, you hear me now? Yeah.
Right.
I was just saying, I want to welcome, to join you guys to welcome our guests on the show. Welcome. This is your place to be, a European platform. Let's hear you and let's see what you have for us.
Thank you.
Okay. So, guys, since I know the two people, let me get them for. Let me grab them. But Pastor Ire, you took over the Union of Liberian Associations in Norway, ULAN, right after our July 26th celebrations. We have elections every 2 years, and then you took over. So you have two years to go. You have from last year July to this July, which will make it 1 year, and then from this year July to 2025 July, you'll be going out. Where are you starting from, and how far are you going? What are the plans?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Thank you for that question. First, I will say that when we took over, my approach to leadership is that the first thing, in order for us to succeed, we must have all the structures that we need to be in place so that it can be easy for us to operate. And then when we are turning over, it will be easy for the next group taking over from us to have an easy start. And for the past couple of months, we've been working on different things. Some things that we need for our operations, we have been discussing in our group. How far we have come, we have, as I'm talking to you, we're planning our first mini summit. We've not been able to do a whole lot because we've been working in the background trying to put the structures that we need in place. For example, working on getting 2 computers for our secretarial team and our financial team so that they have separate, they'll be able to do their work effectively. When the next group is coming, we're just handing you a computer with everything on it. We don't need to give you a whole lot of papers. And when the previous administration was turning over to us, we had a lot of documents between us and before we took over the email. So that was a whole lot of paperwork to go through and all of that. That's extra work. So we want to make it easier. We just want to hand over a computer to the next group. The financial team will just have a computer. Everything is there. The administrative team, the secretariat team will have a computer the same way. We are raising the money from within our leadership group. We have not, we have asked people out there, but we're basically raising the money from in our leadership group. The second thing we decided to do, the money we receive, the turnover we receive from the outgoing administration, from all the programs we had and the expenses, the balance that we receive a little over 60,000 kronas. So what we did is that we immediately set a buffer zone that out of that 50,000, 60,000, we can only use 10,000. 50,000 is a buffer. That means that the next administration coming, they will receive. Our goal is to increase that buffer to 100,000 before we leave. And that will be a challenge to the next group to come to take it to maybe 150 or 200. So our goal is that when we are leaving, we should have 100,000 in the account for the new administration taking over from us. So we are working with literally nothing. We got like 10,000 extra to work with. So everything else that's coming is coming through donation from free will people, members of the organization, and from within the leadership team. We want to start that way because we don't want to start with a huge deficit immediately. Things are hard, there are challenges. We can't get anything done without money. So we're trying to work within the budget that we have and also asking people to donate so that we don't touch that buffer. We stay within the buffer and then increase it after July 26. These are some of the things we have worked with so far.
Okay. Thank you very much. Do you hear me, Pastor? Thank you very much for that revelations. Pastor, you just talked about 60,000 kronas. That sounds so big. Would you mind breaking it down for our viewers and our listeners? How much do we talk about dollars?
That's not a whole lot of money. That's about $5,000, $6,000. So out of that $6,000, we want $5,000 to stay, and then the rest of it we can play with it. We can do whatever we want to do to pay our bills. So that's not a lot of money.
Because we have something going on right now in Liberia where the issue of 40 million and 20 million. So not on a serious note, Pastor. Let me take straight up with the question about getting
you are still low.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm just doing some technical thing. That's why I'm low a little bit. It's okay now, yeah?
Yeah.
Much better than I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just leave it like that. Just, yeah, please.
One thing, the last time you spoke with us, one thing I missed, I wanted to ask you, we don't have much time, but just question is very important. We always tend to forget. It's about how do you engage with the younger generation in Liberia living in Norway? Must be ensuring that they are active participation and interest in pursuing leadership when you guys live in the heritage and heritage. Because what we talk about, what I've seen so far, we in Europe, we tend to forget about the younger generations to take over, to mold them, to take it from us. What any plan for that, Pastor? Or I call you Brother Eric.
Yeah, just call me Eric. Well, one of the things this administration have done, because we saw that the young people, we got a lot of young people in our midst. I mean, we're talking about from children to youth age. We have a lot. So what we have been discussing, and we have also appointed one individual on the leadership team who has the responsibility to bring youth programs on board whatever we are doing. And she is actually right now organizing with us, planning with us to see how we can incorporate a huge celebration for the young people, bringing them together, not just for that celebration, but to work with them after. We have a mentorship program, which we are thinking about. The way to get that mentorship program kicked off is when we have the big program, get together. After that, July 26th, we have a youth retreat. And then we bring in people, career people, people who have experience in different areas of life, who come as mentors to speak to the young people, challenge them, help them choose the career path smartly. You understand me? Because we got people in the Liberian community who have, in all different areas of careers. So we want to bring those people so we can tap into the experience, tap into how they chose the path and how they succeeded in going further to encourage the young people.
Can I have a follow-up to that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you see, with regard to that in the West, someone would say that it's not important because schools and very institutions said that that's set up already. I mean, there's much more to concentrate on than worrying about you organizing a career path. Schools and other institutions that youth work with, I mean, they have, you see, the counselor in schools will tell you, help you, guide you to institutions. And when you have other issues to look into, I'm looking at how do you build and maintain the Liberian cultural heritage? That's my point. How do you build a relationship to relate to other Africans? They are not Liberians. How do you integrate into the Norwegian community? They are not. How would they assimilate? Because you have the both way. They want us to integrate as Africans. How do you help the Norwegian national to assimilate? To understand who we are as Liberian. And if our younger generation is looking into that, is there anything implied for you to do itself? Career path modeling. That's a different thing I'm looking at your heritage is Liberian, your program is Liberian, What are you trying to bring in impact to the community regarding the youth participation?
Yeah, that's that question has many different connections that we got to look at. We got to look at culture both ways. Coming into Norway, we have to have respect for Norwegian culture. We have to embrace the aspects of the culture that's suitable for us and not abandon our culture totally. One of the challenges we face here in this country with our people and Norwegian people is that some people come, they totally embrace the culture and they totally dump the culture. You understand me? So raising children in that environment, the children grow up not knowing anything about Liberia, not knowing what Liberian food looks like, because some of the children don't want to eat Liberian food. They say no, they don't want African food. You got to cook Norwegian food because they were born here, they went to school here. So some parents tolerate that. And when it comes to discipline, we have standards of discipline in the West that are not accepted. I mean, we have standards of discipline in Africa and in the West. Certain ways children were disciplined in Africa is not accepted. You understand me? In the modern world, is not accepted anymore. You don't beat children, but children should not be totally free to do whatever they want to do. They need to be disciplined in some other ways that will not be harmful to the children. I'm for discipline. Some African parents here, they totally let it go. They don't talk to their children. They don't sit and have a serious conversation with their children when they're doing something wrong because they have embraced this culture and they're going beyond what the culture is trying to teach us. So that's one of the things. The difference is there. Where the balance is, we need to find it. And that is why we can come into your home and say, look, train your children this way, do it this way. But when we have these activities, we want to come out when all the children are together and tell them history about Liberia. This is Liberia. Do you know that Liberia is the first independent country in Africa? Tell them what tribes do we have? Let some of the people come and speak the tribes and let them understand that you are from that background. You understand me? I see Nigerian people here, all their children speak their languages, most of them. I see Ghanaians here, most of the people speak the language. Only Liberian children will speak perfect Norwegian language and don't know any Liberian language. Understand me? And it didn't start from them. It started from our generation or probably beyond our generation. You understand me? So these are some of the things we are looking into, but there's not a specific program, not a specific ways. We can only try to influence the whole situation when we all get together in a group meeting, bring some of these things out as discussion and share with the people. You understand me? And also when we have these programs, we invite our Norwegian people for them to understand, show some respect for our culture, dress the Liberian culture, play the Liberian music, cook Liberian food, be proud of it. You understand me? These are some of the things.
Paul, you want to take a go?
Yeah.
Because I'm operating from home, so I don't want to.
Well, when you're operating from home, you can throw all the hard questions because it will be beneficial for you guys over there too. You live there, so you don't. Yeah, Reverend, I just want to. How's the Liberian community over there in Norway? How big is the community over there?
Well, we don't have a very large community here. I think we're just a couple of thousands all over Norway, not up to 6,000.
Oh,
yeah. So
right.
A very small community.
It's a one small community because with us in the UK, the question Jamal asked about the heritage thing with us in the UK, for when we started the Liberian organization in the 90s, every part of the UK were together. But at some point in time, when the community started growing, we started having division. So I'm asking this question to say, because that's something you need to do to hold that community together. Because when it start going separate way, it's hard to get people on track. So I asked that question: how's the population over there? Because Linford said you're between mountains, and here you got to run into somebody. How are you going to bring everybody cross section mountain? How you decide to bring all of them together with those young that were born over there? There's a serious tax you got on hand.
Yeah, obviously. It's very challenging because as small as we are, we're already divided. There are groups popping up everywhere. And one of the good things is that we know ourselves. All of these groups, we know each other. So we have the possibility to engage and talk. We don't agree on some small things, and but what we're trying to do now, we are having a mini summit right now. Now, one of the first things we promise to
Right.
do when we take over is to engage all the groups. In this mini summit, we have invited all the various groups. And on the agenda, I have tried to simplify the discussion so that we don't go into lengthy discussion. It's like, okay, what are three things? Number one, let's try to address what are the challenges of us coming together. One. Number two, what do we have in common? What are our common interests? And number three, what can we do, you understand me, to remove the barriers that have hindered us from coming together? Just those three things. Avoid the history. We need to come together. You see, let's have a roundtable discussion. You come up with what your challenge is. This person come up with what a challenge. I come up with what my challenge is. Then we see how we can eliminate those barriers and come together. Of course, we had a peace agreement going on. We want to also draw from that because it was already agreed. Documents were prepared for that, but we still want to engage everybody so they don't feel like we're leaving them out. Let them still come with their ideas and see how we can reactivate the peace agreement and get everybody back on board. Because it's going to be impossible to bring everybody together. Because, for example, way in the north, we got like few Liberians there who are now saying also, because we live so far, are you guys not going to celebrate the July 26th here? You understand me? You got a town where you got a couple of hundred people here, but there you got like maybe, I don't know how many, 6 family, 5 family. And they also expect that everybody will leave and go there to celebrate with them because they are also Liberians. You understand me? Even for the mini summits we're having, somebody asked, so how do we do it? We who live far, all of us can come. So the only thing I could tell them was, okay, you people put together, pay one person fare to come represent that group. When you come, we always sit down and discuss and see how we can solve that problem. But these are problems that will not go away even after this administration because the country is we're so spread out. Why? We just got to find a way to come to have a common ground that we can work on together.
Okay, let me.
Right.
Jima, you are muted.
Jima want to follow up. He muted.
Home, leave her give her a chance to ask. Yeah.
Am I even popped in to answer some questions as well?
Thank
I
you.
got to defend my organization.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that. I mean, I would like to ask testimony and a question, but I'm gonna go straight to the president first. I think you sounded like you have inherited a problem when you got into the chair, because you seem like you're trying to put things together. You're trying to organize Liberian company here and there. So the first 1 year, you've been dealing with issues. That's why you're saying. Are you saying this?
Yeah. The problem was there before we got there, and before this other administration that just left, the problem was there before they got there. So it's been existing for a long time.
So how many terms you got? How many years you going to serve in office?
I got only 2 years, so half of the year is almost gone.
You got 2 years working on how to solve the problem. So you
1.5 years, roughly 1.5 years.
Going to actual work. That's what it looks like to me right now. No, your explanation telling me that you're basically putting things together. You're working, organizing the committee. That's your major point right now, because 6,000 Liberians, man, come on, that should be small to
less than that.
If they can't understand what is going, that's the issue. It's a deeper than what we're looking at right now. I think you're in a hot seat together with your members, because if you put small people together, you find it difficult in a year and a half. Then you need a serious work to do. You need a hard work to do. But anyway, thanks for letting me know. I want to go to testimony for you, Matt. Testimony, how are you? Welcome again.
Thank you.
I thought you got a package for us. What do you have? Because before I go, I want to ask you a question. Tell, what do you get?
I'm responsible for the social aspect for the upcoming event. That is, after the mini summit, we will be having the Valentine Ball. Why we choose Valentine Ball? Because the month in which we decided to have this program, which is the mini summit, because actually it was all about mini summit, but then we thought it was that we need money. We can't just have the mini summit and allow people to just go back. So we came up with the idea that we should have a Valentine ball since the mini summit will be in February. So February on the 14th is a May week, so we decided to have it on the 17th where we can generate funds at least to have something in our cover. Like the chairman said, we want to raise that money up to 100,000 or 100,000 plus. So how can we do that? These are some of the things we need to do is to find any loophole and then just put up our event and then we'll be able to generate funds. So that's how we came up with this the Valentine board. So after the mini summit, there will be a Valentine board where you have to pay money to enter and we'll be selling foods. We also have VIP session, and in the VIP package, that is 100,000 Norwegian krona, which is just somewhere around like $80 to $90, which complete $100 unless you make it 150, 1,150. So in this VIP package, we'll be giving some additional things, which of course will not give much because we expect much, so will not give much, but we just face it in a way that you will be comfortable, that you pay your 1,000 and you're able to get something reasonable on your 1,000. So we will be doing the red carpet. You have to pay before you walk on the red carpet because most of the women they want to take pictures on the red carpet. So we're looking for money. So if you want to walk on the red carpet, you have to pay something before you walk on the red carpet. So we're just finding all means to generate funds.
Okay. I know my colleague Paul or Lynn want to comment quickly. Are you bringing any celebrity from Liberia or musical star that add up the spice of the program?
No, we couldn't have done that because it caused a lot of preparation. We're supposed to do that maybe 6 months ahead of the time because to come to Norway is not something that you can do within a 2 weeks time. You have to do it 6 months ahead of time. So and then this mini summit, we never wanted to postpone this mini summit that we did earlier on. So we just have to do what we have to do. So I sure by next time we'll be fully prepared for that.
Okay, may I just ask testimony? You know, I'm asking as an insider, right? I know how difficult is it to get our people to assemble at one point, and also when it comes to like meetings and other things like the mini summit, you may not have the cooperation of people coming to sit down for a whole day to talk. But when it comes to the dancing aspect, I'm sure you have people because at least once the message is going out, there's somebody from outside that even non-Nigerians will come. But how much cooperation have you been planning, meaning person responsible for planning? How much cooperation have you been receiving from members of the organization, including me? You know, when it comes to making donations or paying them for the project that you want to undertake, the tickets and other things, are you getting our cooperation?
Actually, I don't know how it will sound, but when it comes to the payment, I show people waiting to go at the gate before they make the payment because they know it's not possible to go in without paying. But when it comes to the full of lately, people try to contribute little by little, and we're looking forward to get more contribution from members and officials.
Quickly, let me drop to Pastor Ire, and then my colleagues can come in. Pastor Ire will know the mini summit is the breeding ground for the greater event, which is the convention in July. Normally we say July 26th, but sometimes when the 26th falls in the middle of the week, we transfer it to the weekend. So, but it's generally known as the July 26th. So, what are some of the highlights that will be on the agenda for this July 26th? I heard you mention three things, the unification aspect and then some other thing. But what specifically people who will be, because a lot of people watching us are members of Lula or who will listen to this program afterwards are members of Lula, so that they will take that message to other people who are not listening. What would be some of the highlights of the mini summit that people will expect, so that when people know ahead of time when they go in, they will be prepared to make that contribution, in terms of giving ideas and whatever?
Yeah.
I sent out the minutes 2 days ago. I just want to quickly go over it. We're going to be discussing, first of all, the July 26th comes first on the agenda. How this July 26th is going to look like. Location, we've had challenges in that time of the year. It's difficult to find a hall. So we want to come up with a location right in that place, in that mini summit. Set the date, set up, enlarge. We're going to use the same committee, but we're going to enlarge the committee and start the publicity as soon as possible right there, July 26th. The program committee, people will work along with them to structure what the program is going to look like, because the program is usually 3 aspects. We have the business aspect where we come together, we discuss the year's business, go over everything that we've done, the financial report and everything. We have the social aspect, where there will be music, food, and everything. Hopefully, if it's not too late, we will look into the possibility of inviting one artist from Liberia this time around. If you bring it to the group, everybody get a choice of artists, so it will be a problem. So the committee will be left with that responsibility, because if we bring it to the whole group, we will not be able to invite anybody. So the committee will work with that. And one of the things, then we're going to look at the Constitution. I hope some of the members of the Constitution Committee will be there. They're already working on the Constitution. We have some plans which we can't implement. For example, we have a board that expired. The tenure expired when we took over. Now we're operating without a board because the Constitution is not prepared. And the Constitution has to be prepared to understand the role, the mandate of the board. All of that is in the Constitution. Those are some of the things we're going to be discussing. What will be the role of the board in this new administration? So we are actually restructuring. That's what we are doing. That's why we have not done very much. We got to, like I said, you're building a house, you got to get a frame in place before you can finish doing everything. I believe this first year will be like putting the frame together. Then next year we start to put the walls up, and then the people who come, they take over from us. So those are some of the things we're going to be discussing. We're going to be discussing also the Liberian unification. That will be just an initiating meeting, because we have not had such a meeting before. Right in that meeting, we want to engage the leaders of the various groups in a private meeting. And from there, we're going to continue to have Zoom meeting with these leaders. And we're going to have one meeting together, physical meeting, before July 26th, so that we can agree on a few things. Our goal is that all Liberian groups, like your administration, Linford, suggested to us, we couldn't implement it because the Constitution has to empower that. We agree that all Liberian groups will drop all the activities. We got 2 years in power. The first year, every group can do their little thing in a little corner. But the second year, the year of election, everybody will come to one place, because we are having an election. It's important. Everybody will drop their small program and meet in one place, and then support that one program, and then we have election. Everybody will have the opportunity to participate. You understand me? So that agreement is pending. We can't implement it because the Constitution has not empowered it. And that's why it's important for us to come to discuss the modalities around that. A question about digital voting. We have an issue with that. Last time it was a big problem. It's going to come up again. And I hope some of the people who've been advocating for digital voting will be there, because if they are not there and they come up with that after, it will be difficult for us to do anything about it. This is the opportunity for us to discuss all of these things. And we will look at critical look. We will ask the body, how do you think we are functioning? Criticize or point to us where we have gone wrong. Let's see what we can do to correct ourselves. So it will be a place also of reality check, whether we are doing the right thing. So there's a lot of stuff that will be going on in that meeting. I can't go through everything right now, but these are just a few things I can remember right now.
Okay. Not to pull you down, I'll transfer to my colleagues.
Let me come in. Reverend Eric, I think you got somebody. Patrick, we are just put up something here. I think he's waiting to give you guys help. He was part of the UK. He was in the UK, now he's in Minnesota. He was one of the the founding father of the Liberian Association in the UK here, and he gave his details that you can reach out to him for advice. To I just want to say something quickly before your organization. You talk about the Constitution. Norway is one of the richest nations in the world, and being 6,000 plus or less of Liberians over there. Will you guys look at the possibility when your constitution is ready to register that organization in Norway that could get serious funding to help you in Norway and our brothers and sisters back home as well, using your good office?
Yeah, we are looking into
Is that
that.
something that you follow your?
Yeah, we are looking into that. We actually have a lot of committees, committees that we have not even appointed anybody yet. So we got a lot of vacant committees who are responsible for such things like that. So during the mini summit, we're going to go over the list of those committees and we're going to engage people, because the mini summit is not just sitting down one place talking. We have a break. During the break time, we're going to engage people. We're going to call people to close those meeting and discuss with people, try to see who can fill out some of those committees, especially what you're talking about. There are people who are expert in those kind of things. I do my own fundraising directly. I do direct fundraising. I don't go through all those channels because I go from church to church. We raise money for project in Africa. That's direct business. But some people are good at finding the money from organizations here and there. We got all the expertise within the organization. So we want to bring those people together and see how they can help us, because we really need that. The thing about raising funds in Norway, you got to be able to justify what you're going to do with the fund, and you got to report every year that you have raised this money, you've used it for this purpose. You understand me? So the people running that got to be very professional, or else we will fall into trouble. So got to have a balance there.
And if I can help the chairman read it. When it comes to
someone's a point of correction.
You're
only 1,000 Liberians in Norway.
Yeah, we are under. That's why I said under 5,000.
Okay. Yeah, I'll also address that. But let me just help the chairman right here. Or when it comes, Paul spoke about registration. EULA is duly registered and recognized and certificated by the National Registry of Norway, where all organizations, businesses, and whatever are registered. Or so registration, we're not thinking about it. Every administration is recognized by that particular group, because before you operate any entity in Norway, whether it's a one-man business, a group of businesses, or whatever, you got to register it and you get certificate. That's they recognize you. And that's how we have even been in the past. We have even been able to meet members of the parliament. We've been able to make our presence felt. And speaking as an official of the ex-administration, right? And we've even been able to participate in the inauguration of the Nobel Peace Prize for Presidential Leave and all these things. We did a lot of things, he really there knows he's been part and parcel of everything that we've been doing. So we are registered. The only thing we need to do, like Paul rightly recommended, is for us to continue to push. And he also said it now. It's not easy to just walk to the Norwegian government and say, give money. They got to know what you want to use that money for. And not because you are organization, so you just go and go get money, because you can be organization who collecting money, send it to some funding group. So they want to know. And what they prioritize most of the time is youth group. So if you have a youth group in your organization, they can easily break through the system as compared to grown-up men going, standing and say, oh, we get organization, you can't give your money. So we know our bureaucracy here, so we address that according to the way. By the way, we in the past we're getting some funding, not enough, but we get funding. Like for instance, if we want to do the July 26th day, and we can justify the reason we want to use that money, and we can also supply the information received from how the money was used. So I think the pastor will have to just improve on the system that we've been using before and see if we can go further beyond that.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you. Chama Bona, thank you very much for a very good explanation. I just have a question for you. You just told you got a lot on your plates.
Yeah.
I thank you for that explanation, Revolution, because that was my second question now. If you're not registered, but now it comes to the man. That's the first. That's why I gave you the first question. Do you guys tend to plan something for the youth in order to mold the youth in order to inherit from what you're going to leave there for them? Because most of the European countries, in terms of funders, will be concentrating on generation that are coming up, what are the ideas are coming up. Because one thing we fail to do within the West, we focus much on Liberia than forgetting about the people that are here. Those are country people. You turn to see that the most of our members in our community will not look in there because there's nothing to benefit from us. They're trying to look at so anything we do, okay. In terms of emergency disasters, we help Liberia. We do that, but we turn to everything we want to put together. We want to send on Liberia. Everything Liberia. What about Liberians that are here struggling, living in there? So on the loneliness, other issues out there, we're not addressing them. We turn our back to them, but we need money. We go to ask them for money to give to us. We're getting the money to refugee. I'm not to refugee. It's good to support goodwill. But at some point, you look at your inner house and say it's an issue. People are with you there are struggling even to pay their bills. People are struggling with you with the immigration issues. People are struggling there with you right now. They're struggling with marital issues, which I don't think you want to go in, but they come to you, you can help. There are other issues, social issues that people need to help. I'm not talking about Norway alone. They're talking about Liberian, within the diaspora. We tend to forget about the issue in-house. That's our problem. So I was just trying to say something like that. I think that's why you inherit a lot of issues we come. I've been around you for a long time, and I've been around like for very long. These are issues we have identified. We fail to turn our back. You will wonder why our Liberians are not coming together. I raise the issue every day. If you begin to look at somebody and look at the issues, and as a pastor, I mean, they will confide in you. They will definitely confide you, come to you. I don't care the religious background. They'll come to you and say, Pastor, I need you to talk to this guy. There's a fire in my house. You will speak to them because your level of approach, how you get across to them, they will listen to you. And most instances, you will get across and they will listen. So, Pastor, talk to me today. I want to cool that off. Yeah, that's your role. Your role in the community is a very unique one. And also, you take the role as a leader. And what we do is a big job. But what I want to just specify here, we tend to forget about our Liberian ourselves, our own problem within Europe. We tend to look, we want to help out. Our heads are stink. We want to help our back. We can't help our back when the head is stink. So we look in-house. In-house and settle down. Look for other people. Trust people in the community that can speak to you. And I say, okay, guys, don't look for people that, I want to speak to you. I want to speak to testimony because I believe testimony, I can talk to testimony. So you approach Jamal and tell you what's the issue, how can we help? I think you will get a lot of way around it. So I think that's the reason Linford then left for you. They were trying to identify they were struggling for it. There was an issue, couldn't lay hand on it. They did their best, but how could they have? Nobody wanted to show at the meeting. You go to the meeting, let 2-3 persons show up. 2-3.
But we still have that challenge today because I think the interest level dropped over the years. But right after the election, there was a zeal, everybody was excited. And Liberians now, when they want you to get something done, at that time, you're not done, everything drop again. So we kind of working with the system. But you talk about the youth. I
want to ask you first, you'll come to that, you Pastor. You had a lot of stuff on your plate and you and your colleagues' plate. Do you wish to seek re-election to complete your job?
Actually, I didn't want to address that issue, but I've been saying it openly that I'm not coming for re-election.
Pastor, you've done out of your 1.5, 2 years, you've gone 80% of your job. I mean, certainly dispute issues and stuff. You're not done any of your plan yet. So I
have not done anything.
So, do you see the pastor putting his hands off for the next election?
No, the reason for that is that I see myself like a tactician who just came to put all the modalities in place to make it easy for the next person.
Like a politician now. If you ask
maybe I'll tell you what.
Yeah, no, I really because of that. Yeah, that's why my attention is really on, because when you're a farmer, you don't get excited about the harvest. You get excited about the planting season. So my focus is on the planting season. The harvest will come. I don't think about the harvest. If I don't do what I'm supposed to do now, the harvest will be difficult.
How much if you are petitioned?
If I'm petitioned, I will look into that. I will look into that. I don't want to do like the Samuel Kido petitioning because I'm not a politician. But I will look into that. But in my heart of hearts, I said to myself when I was elected, I'm only doing 2 years and I'm done. Because I have specific goals.
So
I came into this with specific goals. If I achieve those goals, I'm fulfilled.
So, Pastor, before we go to the most beautiful program that you guys are having in February,
Yeah.
you know, in Europe, they copy from each other, right? So, you travel everywhere in Europe, it's a scene, town square, everything.
Yeah.
And we've been struggling with Liberian organization all across Europe. So, as a tactician, when you do something right that people see, we were in the UK, we can also petition you to finish up that job, and then we can all learn from you. So 2 years with all the problem, I think it's not long, because now you already gone halfway through. With all of these beautiful things that you're planning, if that work, I mean, I think I would join the rest of the guys in Norway to petition you to continue for 2 more years, because that is where you want the organization to be before you leave. You can't set it up and then it run down. It's something you should consider as well. I think that's what Gemma was driving at.
Yeah. I mean, you are right. All those will be considered based on how far we come in the process and whether the people want that. And if I'm leaving, I want to ensure that I can't handpick the next leader, but I want to ensure that my support goes behind the right person who I know will take it to the next level. So if all of those things will affect the decision, but like I said, from my heart of hearts, 2 years is okay for me.
Okay. My question was, even my testimony. What's your target for this program in terms of finance to raise?
Sorry?
The target. What are you targeting in terms of finance? What you intend to raise out of the outcome financial target?
What I intend to raise, I don't know if I will reach there, but I intend to raise something good, because this is our first fundraising program. So I intend to get something good. That's the reason we asking everybody to help us make the publicity. That means everybody should attach, including myself, use from now until the 15th. We should have the flyers on our Facebook handle so that people can be aware, especially people that live within the Norway, to be aware. So my expectation here for now, looking at the time we started and the amount of people that I believe that will come around, if I get 50,000 Norwegian krona, I will be okay.
Let me quickly ask you a testimony. We gave you promotion here because we want the program to be grand. That's why we want you to say, without holding by any question, how much have you decided that people will pay at a gate? What is the range of the tickets? Like how much if I want to be happy, how much I can pay. If I want to be simple person, how much
as
I
I
pay.
said earlier on, the VIP is 1,000 Norwegian krona, and then non-VIP is 200 Norwegian krona.
Okay.
So, like, if you want to walk on the carpet, we will be taking 100 Norwegian krona from you, just to take picture on the red carpet.
Okay, so if I pay the 1,000 krona, what do I get in return? Because VIP, you gotta be exclusive, right?
Yes, like in our VIP package, we have one bottle of wine. That is, you have your option. Maybe you can choose red wine or white wine. And then we got a bottle of non-alcohol, because not everybody would drink. So we have a champagne, but it's non-alcohol. Maybe you can choose that. Then we deciding which one to cook, but our main target is GB. We're having a bowl of GB, and then we're having a bottle of soft drink for that 1,000.
You want to have a bowl of, GB, what time the program will be held? Because that seems to be a heavy meal.
For everybody to sleep.
Yeah, it will be a heavy, but the idea, the reason why we're choosing GB and some beef, that because they kind of food that people, when the moment they see it, they eager for it. You know, not something that they can really eat like that. They used to the fried rice with chicken. So we don't want to do fried rice and chicken. We just want to get them some traditional food that will make them feel good.
What I'm asking testimony is this. The program will be up to from 10, 11 in the night, and you're serving somebody GB at that time. And in the West, heavy meal at that time, most people been advanced with the doctor to stop eating late in the hour. And you give it a heavy meal. How does it look like for you?
No,
Testimony,
I
let me
think
let me help you. Let me help you here.
and
We
so
always
let me
do.
answer before you can relate.
Yeah,
I
something we've been
think
doing
it's
for
we the
years.
Liberian that having problem with that because I know that most of my visit is in Ghana. I always go to Ghana before going to Liberia. In all the necklace, they sell and what you call it, yam. They sell the bangun. They sell the kenke. It depends what you want. And they don't complain because that's something that they used to. So when they don't eat it, they feel that they don't have, they are not there. Then I mean they feel that they are somewhere else. But we Liberian, we like the fried rice and chicken, we like the American things. But believe me, if one person buy that package and they eat it, somebody will be there swallowing the spit that will want to buy as well.
Granted testimony. I'm not denying you. I'm just looking at it because if you look at it, it's talk about Ghana, right? Ghana, if you look at the weather in Ghana, it's hot there. When you eat, the body also helps you to digest the food quickly. On the health reason, we are in Norway, very cold area. We are in Norway. We've also been advanced. Most of those people are there. When you check at their own medication, probably what I heard, seen forward in one of the programs, we went to Germany. After 10 o'clock, the food, bro, most people could not eat because it was heavy meal. They stopped putting it after 10 o'clock. And you are bringing GB in at 10 o'clock. I mean, it's fine.
I will take I will stop you right there.
Okay.
So that the reason why it based on your order, we're going to give you that. So if you order and you say no, I like the GB, but I don't want GB in my order. I want you to just give me fried rice and chicken because you are VIP. That our responsibility to serve you. So, but we're not giving people priority like that. So you will talk to all on the other level that look, I know their GB is your menu, but I don't want GB. Can you just give me because we'll be having other food there, so that we can fix special dish for you if you don't want GB. But I guess people will really be happy for that GB because it's not something they really eat all the time.
Tell you. Before the pastor comes
let me
in,
just
I will
let
tell
me
you,
just say
July
something.
26th, we were in a July 26th, and they were making the GB. All the rice, the cassava leaf, the palava sauce, everything was on the other side. But the name GB, everybody was on the line. So as they grind the GB and take on one that, you see people showing that plate. So that's
And when
something
you
that
finish eating, you go dance. You finish eating, you go dance. So take out some of the
that's
sweat.
something that we've been doing.
But
I'm
the,
enjoying ate 2 nuts that night. It didn't do nothing to me. So
the other thing about I just want to inject something. The other thing about that is that that program has some 2 phases. We got a dinner aspect, which will be between 6 and 7. So the eating will not be very late. The dinner
No,
aspect
it
comes
won't be
from,
there.
so people will have time to eat their food, digest
And the
before we
program is not
start
even
working.
long. The program is not even long. It's very short and simple. It's not long.
Okay, so should I ask where, for people who have not seen the flyer or people who do not know much about it, they just joining in and then they asking, by way of information, the fellow that said that made a correction about the 1,000 people in Norway, he's also a member of the organization, one of the strongest members. So we got members of the organization watching, and some of them may not know where the program will be held. So you want to briefly describe the address or something like that?
1 minute because the name very difficult for me. So let me find it and look there before
Okay.
I pronounce it right.
Yeah, but why she's finding a Pastor Iri, I got this question for you.
Yes, sir.
One of the issues that uh, all the leadership of Yulan have been facing is, bringing these people together, all Liberians in Norway together. And as you know, and I know that there have been splinter groups all over the place. And one of their demand is that they all equivalent to Yulan, right? And so
Yeah.
if they want to come, if people are inviting them to come, they should not carry the acronym Yulan. They should change the name. With all your contacts, because you said you've been contacting some of these people, with your contacts, how is it going? Are they still giving that demand, or if they press that demand, what will you do? Are you going to give in?
Yes, so far I have not spoken to anyone that has demanded that. And like I said in the past, it will be like, because you know how Ulan started. Linford, you was there in Kongsberg, and some of us were there. It would be like giving birth to your child, and someone tell you to change the name. If you're gonna be with me as a friend, change the name of that child. I can't be your. You understand me? So that is a difficult thing to do. And if we're going to do that, the people who demanding that must know that they are asking us to do a hard thing. If we're going to do that, they also must be willing to give us something very hard, very dear to them. The name Yula is very dear to us, especially to me now. I don't see the possibility of that, but I'm willing, in the interest of unity, with the agreement, having agreement of the leadership team and everybody in Ulan. That is not my decision to take. It's everybody's decision. But I will outrightly say that's not going to be something I will be interested in doing. But my hands are tied. I'm just a representative. You understand me? So I'm only representing the group. So if that issue comes up, we will have to address it. And those who are making demands must be able to give equal as well. You understand me? So that it's 50-50. It's not like taking everything from us and then you not giving anything. So that's a difficult one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So testimony ready for us?
Yeah. Please, y'all please pardon me because they name very long. Just one hole. They say Tom say Hogan, Vale Who's Self B KVN 102. That's
I'll help you right there. Thompson Hagen. So
Thompson
the name is Thompson and Hagen is like garden. So they say, and in Norway they can name you after something. Mountain or
why
something.
long like that? He already gets self
because the Thompson Garden, Thompson Garden Road, or the road leading to Thompson Garden. Here, Norwegian is half language, so they can name one person or the mountain.
Yeah, but apart from the Thompson, then they get Vadhus. So it's still going.
Yeah.
But thank God you will put a flyer up for people to figure it out by themselves because they need too long.
All of us living in Norway will know that name. So, but our time is fast spent. But I will ask Paul, Jima, if they got a final question, and then we can get your closing comment, and then we can start packing up.
While we're discussing that,
let me come in, Jamal, before you throw your question, let me just put this in. I heard about this red carpet, and being that it'll be a Valentine ball, it will be a lovers ball that Linford would be in a tuxedo with his missus of nice red dress walking the red carpet. What would be the cause of Linford and his missus walking on the red carpet? Well, I mean, that fundraiser. So, and will you also consider those the best dressed couple of the night that they will have some sort of reward?
We haven't come to that yet because this is an organization. This is not an individual program. When it's individual program, that's where you go about doing that because we said we are raising funds. So we don't want to have too much activity that will delay what we want. This is the reason why the program is very short. So if Linford come or you come with your whosoever, we will just let you go on the red carpet, you take your picture, you give our 100 krona, you take your picture, and at least you will get something to show for. Yeah. So at this point, we're not giving any award.
Any concession for the chairman as the chairman?
Even the chairman paying.
So we the
chairman will pay 200. The chairman will pay 200 for walking on the red carpet.
But Jamal, you want to throw your final thoughts or stuff like that?
Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not a question. I've been sitting here listening to testimony and the chairperson. I mean, with all serious note, they have a lot of work to do because putting Norway together, because there's still confusion in Norway. That's what I noticed. I smell it.
Of course.
That's what I'm smelling right here. With all the fun, the pageantry, whatever you bring in. I mean, if you cannot contain this 1,000 people, it's going to be a trouble. all that work you put together is going to be like you're not even going to get the 20,000 krona you're looking for. So I just want to wish the pastor and his team with his testimony a wonderful program, and I wish that the Liberians there will understand and they can come together and build a community that we all can benefit from, because it's a serious work. And if you spend a 1.5 year working together, nobody's listening to you. I mean, that's a sorrowful thing. It's very sad indeed. It's a bad news. So yeah, on the serious note, I want to wish you well, and we also want to invite you before your program come around. We also want to have you invited to come and tell us. People want to know more, and I think you have a detailed program so you can be able to show to others that are able to travel from other part of Europe and be part of what you do. I know those who watching us right now want to come to Norway at that time, sometime, and be part of the program and support you.
Yes.
And we also want to call upon them to also be part of the show. They also can join you. There's a call to all Liberians anywhere in Europe. If you had an opportunity to join our brothers and sisters in Norway, please do. And we'll be inviting them when you're getting closer to the program so they can share more information so you gather whatever they do and support them in their cause. That's what I want to say. I want to wish you a pleasant day and a pleasant program.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that very much.
Okay, before we go to Pastor Ire to close up,
may I suggest? May I suggest something before Pastor Eric close up?
Yeah.
Linford is on the bottom line. He's our host here, and he's part of your organization.
Yes.
May I suggest that Linford carry this live for those that would not be able to come, so we can see that we envy you, so we can do the same thing on the other part of Europe. So Linford, the challenge is in your hands.
Yes. That would be nice.
You just talking from above, but we'll see what we'll do. They say when you in a group, you are there. So, but testimony, your closing comment to the people, because right now on this whole interview, you are the most important person in terms of the activity. The president is just backing you here. And not him, the main focus on that. He's just backing you here. You will be raising the fund here. What you want to tell the Liberian people that you will be raising the fund for and from?
I want to encourage all Liberians that live in Norway, even if you outside Norway, and you're listening to us and you know about this program, make Norway the place to be February 17th, because no joke, we're going to do our best to make the Valentine's Day a unique one. So if you're looking for somewhere to go and you're feeling boring in your home, just take that 200 krona or whatsoever you will buy your ticket will come. If you don't have place to lodge, we'll give you place to lodge because we want you to be there. We just appealing to everybody, and especially to our members that are supposed to make their contribution. We're asking them to speed up with a contribution. We appreciate those of them that have been trying their best, coming in with 1 or 2 items to make the day a unique one. We want to use the opportunity to say thank you. We're hoping that the other people can come up with more donation. But trust me, our February 17 program, we expect it to be the best. If you don't believe it, you just take it upon yourself and come and see for yourself. Don't be told. Be there, and you will get the benefit of it. Thank you.
Wow.
That's powerful. You holding some of us from ourselves. But before you leave us, any final thoughts?
Yeah. I would say I would just use the opportunity to also talk about the mini summit. I want to remind everybody that the mini summit will happen in the daytime, in the morning from 9 o'clock up to 4 o'clock. My goal is to be finished by 3 to give the people time to prepare the hall. I will be very strict with the time. We will not be going in circles. So if I say the meeting will end 3, whatever we don't finish with at 3, we'll take it in the next mini summit. We're not going to be there for the whole day. Secondly, I want to say that everybody, all the groups, if you are living far and you can't come, put together, send one person to represent you. We'll do everything to include everybody in this mini summit. If we have to broadcast it somehow on the media for those of you who can be there, just so that you participate, please do your best. The young people, the last time there was a big commotion with the young people, none of them attended the mini summit. There were some problems there. Please attend the mini summit so your views can be heard and we can address them in your presence. Because if you are not there for some reason and then you come up with this issue later on, we will not be able to address it. The mini summit is one of the places we take major decisions. Please take advantage of it and be there. Also, I want to appeal to every Liberian, far and near. We want to invite you guys are invited to attend this program. You are free to broadcast portion of it on your show and invite people to come to celebrate with us. I wish Lord Cholope was here with us again since he came the last time. There's a good opportunity for you to come this time. The door is wide open this time. Not only that, and to you, Jamali, you are also welcome to be here. But this program is not just about Liberians coming to us celebrating. We want to invite our Nigerian brothers, all of us that have friends, Norwegian friends. They're coming to see. We'll be showcasing our culture in that our culture in that small gathering. You understand me? Liberian food. They will see Liberian dresses. They will hear Liberian music. You didn't tell them about the DJ. All of that. So all of these things that completely Liberian stuff happening. I'm looking forward to the food because I always glad in Liberian food. And if people are out there talking about Ghana jollof, Nigeria jollof, my people, y'all please come and taste Liberian jollof rice. Y'all will forget what you call Ghana jollof and Nigeria jollof. So y'all come. So that's my last word. Thank you for having us. We appreciate the relationship we have with you guys, and we really look forward to building it more and more, and to have you guys come over, maybe for July 26th if you are free.
Okay.
Well, this is an open invitation.
Okay. So
I had a good time with you guys in Norway. So
come again.
So
bring the madam. Y'all come for the Valentine. Bring her for Valentine treat.
That would be wonderful.
If you promise me when I walk on the red carpet to get a good reward, then I think I'm going to buy
It depends how you walk on the red carpet. It depends how you walk on the red carpet, then you will get reward. It depends how you walk on the red carpet.
I will give you 2 roses and you will pay. It's free for you to walk on the red carpet. Special offer.
It was good.
It's good having you guys.
Actually, to be frank,
all the flyers will help to promote the occasion.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
It was good to have Irige. It was just the money. We discussed it a long time ago, but then I was not sure at the time, and then it was just the money I told him, and he said, "Okay, just tell me the time." When I told him, he said, "Okay, I'll be there," and that was it. And it was good to respond in a very short time like this. Sometimes most people are not prepared to do that, but as a leader, you always probably because of my upbringing. I'm always ready. I'm working. Even if I'm sleeping, you wake me up, I'm ready. So it's good to have you, and even we can show you that because this is a European platform, and all other Liberian organizations around Europe. If you're doing anything, let us know. We'll promote you because this is but how much we can do,
Yes.
And you will not believe it, but this is enough. Because if we were sitting here and saying bad things about Liberian organizations or Liberians around, the news will go faster. But because we see so people they hear it, don't matter, they'll come. So the bottom line Liberian will be there. I'll make sure that I'll carry part of the program, the part that need to be carried, worldwide will be there to do it. And that will be on behalf of the bottom line Liberia. And so we hope to be there. And that GB, I'm looking forward to it. Thanks.
I'm looking forward to the Tobogi. That Tobogi I'm looking forward to.
But my man, just for my avatar. Okay, so we want to say thank you, and we'll have you here another time again, maybe before the program, so that we can do the final cut and the program will be on. So thanks a lot and have a good night.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Let's see. Okay. Okay. I think we are Luna guys. So it was a good program. I think it was a good program. But guys, let's recap what all we talk politically today. The ambulance thing, the slow pace of the appointments, and the reasons why they are happening. Why, hey, Paul, talk to me because you here, like your uncle. No, you told me I was saying that your uncle. So your uncle, when he appoint today, it will take. In fact, just before we go ahead, let me bring you. I don't know what should I call this breaking news because there's new appointment. There's a new group of appointments. So let me see if I can find it
Which one
and
came out?
come to you with it.
What date was
And
that?
I was surprised that this appointment will take place at this time. Huh?
When did that come up?
Okay, Jamal, you got it. You got a
Which
new list or a new appointment?
which one that came out yesterday?
Jamal,
We
no.
talked about it yesterday.
Oh, you sure? But
Oh,
I think
yeah.
this one. Okay.
Yeah, we talked
The one
about
that
it.
came out, the one I'm talking about, President Joseph Waka has nominated additional officials to positions in government, affecting the Ministry of Internal Affairs, Ministry
no.
of Statistics,
That's a new
and
one.
Geoinformation. The new one, yeah.
A new one.
And so, number one, Mr. Francis Sakala Numali is Minister of Internal Affairs. Then number two, Mr. Richie F. Ngafua, Director General, Liberian Institute for Statistics and Geoinformation, that's LAGIS.
Where you got that from? Where you got that from?
Oh, I got it. I'm connected.
No, not that. Some news came out.
From Kula Fofana. I didn't get it directly from her, but she posted it.
Okay, that's fine. Because on list been circulating around, they are now actually we see a lot of lists coming.
Kula Fofana said this one.
You can put it from the Executive Marshal website. That's all right.
Then number three, Mr. John Charuk Shafa, City Mayor of Monrovia, so Jefferson Kweji, Fini Parking Low. Number four, Mr. Prince DC Tama, Deputy Minister for Technical Services, Ministry of Public Works. Number five, Mr. Samukai Dono, Deputy Minister for Administration, Ministry of Public Works. Number six, Ms. Josilia J. Tapla, Deputy Minister for Rural Development and Community Services, Ministry of Public Works. Number seven, Ms. Laura Gulake, Deputy Minister for Gender, Ministry of Gender, Child and Social Protection. Number eight, Mr. Frederick S. Cooper, Deputy Minister for Administration, Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection. Number nine, Ms. Game Topa, Deputy Minister for Children and Social Protection, Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection. Number 10, Mr. Curtis V. Dolly, Deputy Minister for Research, Policy and Planning, Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection. Number 11, Ms. Tigbe Myers Glay, Minister or Assistant Minister for Administration, Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection. Number 12, Ms. Josephine Greaves, Assistant Minister for Children and Social Protection, Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection. Number 13, Madam Ophelia Kennedy, Assistant Minister for Gender, Ministry of Gender and Children and Social Protection. And these nominations were applicable. These nominations were applicable as subject to confirmation by the Liberian Senate. Meanwhile, the Liberian leader has announced or appointed Mr. Masakwe M. Kamara as officer in charge of the Rabos International Airport. This appointment takes immediate effect. So there was 13 appointments, and they only two, I think, different positions here. That is the guy from Leches, and also, I think that's it, Leches, and the airport. No, the internal affairs, but the rest of them, they are both public works and gender. So is that a list?
Yes.
Okay. So you see, I think the government is taking shape. If I'm not mistaken, the Ministry of Gender and Children and Children Protection is taking shape. All the deputy ministers have been appointed. I think they should have 3 or 4 deputy ministers all appointed. Not 4 deputies, it should be 2 deputies and I think 3 or 4 assistants. They all appointed. and the same thing will probably work. So the government is taking shit. Yeah, so like we were saying, I'll try to defend this thing, but Paul didn't understand it. It takes time to do these things. Not because you saw all the houses in the street, so you get grab every Joe Blow and say can go occupy some position, which CDC did, and we saw the effect.
The question I'm asking, there's any new name on the list or old face on the list?
Well, no, I see some new. I may not know because
They're all names,
but
man.
I think I see some new names here. For instance, let me see. That and there are names that I have not heard before. I don't know the Francis Numali. I don't know him. Richard Ngafon. I don't know Augustine Ngafon. So I don't know whether there's any relation between them. And I haven't heard. Most of the people have been they work in the ministries already, and but they are not being at the top there. So that's a problem.
That's
So
true.
it's a kind of promotion for them. So
No,
when you talk about
these
new
are
faces, yeah, when you talk about new faces, I don't know whether like you mean like me, I know working government. So if they appoint me, I'll be totally new. So
that's what we're talking about. Anything new of that such.
yeah. So that's it.
this,
So
this
we can
name
say we can
here,
generally say that
Masekwe M. Kamara. Was it the same person who was sent into justice?
who the
That
camera
was
guy.
different massacre. Mass something massacre.
Oh, okay.
That one last
Right.
name was
So,
massacre.
right. So, Linfo, you
Yeah.
see, what you said, I'm not disputing what you said. It takes time to put names together, right? You
Mm.
know, I live in a country that when a government take over, there's no inauguration. They start the same day. This is the UK. If election is held today, tomorrow by May next, we know the result, who's going to be the new prime minister. By 12 May day, the current prime minister, there will be a vehicle park or van park at 10 Downing Street. They're removing his things, and the other prime minister is coming in. He's not have to take 20 months to announce name. They have the shadow government ready in place to start day one. This reason why I'm seeing this, the argument was Liberia had a massive volcano. So the country, everything damaged. They were coming to rescue the country. So you coming to rescue the country from day one, you have to be ready. Now, you finish the Luther Tape having demonstration, and he have not come out yet. That's not what I was saying. They should have been ready from day one. Since they're not ready from day one,
No,
that's my point.
I agree with you. And I can promise anybody that the men that I supported Mr. Cummings, if Mr. Cummings had won by now, we should have 90% of the government positions filled. He may have retained some people, bring in some new people, promote some people who have been working there before, because he had a plan. In what, but again, it would have been a little bit tough decision for Mr. Cummings as well, because remember that they were in a collaboration with the CPP was not they were a conglomeration of parties. We had Liberty Party, and so there could have been also some little hitches, not much, but
So let me add something on it. That CPP you see, 80% of the CPP, they have their whole structure in place. That they have given room 20%. If they were to go into second round, other people are going to join them. That 20% were allocated to them. So they were already structured. That is the fact. So, like United Party now, you promise Arco, you promise Sarah, you promise Paul, you promise Linford come. Prince Johnson said, no, don't put Linford there. It's in chaos. That's what happening. See? So,
yeah,
but
and
tomorrow,
that's exactly the point I was trying to make when I told you that it's a bit difficult. Let me tell you, if you put yourself in the shoes of President Boakai, it's hard, because you dance with the devil, so the devil now is demanding reward. So you you go to medicine man, the medicine man say, my man, ain't want to get rich. Yeah, I'll be a millionaire, yeah, but you gotta die your beloved child, you gotta bring it, let me kill it. So now you go to the hospital, take your son to start carrying, you start crying. It's even difficult for you to do. But if you want to do it, if you want to maintain a relationship with the devil, then you do it. But I mean, we get there gradually. it will be painstaking. I think the owner calculated the risk involved. If you're supposed to fly on the plane, you say no, I want to hang on the wing of the plane, then you already calculated the risk, so you know exactly what's happening. But
Right.
I want to say thank you guys. I think we've done a great job tonight.
So before we close our link for, before we
Huh?
close up tomorrow,
uh,
tomorrow, and tomorrow program. I don't know if you'll be available tomorrow, but what happened is to look at a few things about to compare Liberia in a government now to another government that have taken over in West Africa, Benin, to see there's some comparison we need to do tomorrow. And all of the things then we'll analyze. One of the things that mobile model accused this government of not having vision is something that we need to talk about tomorrow. And then we'll look at some of the data tomorrow. And so I just want to put out there, we got some video. We meant to talk about it yesterday, but it didn't happen. But tomorrow we'll be making some serious critical analysis between the present government with another West African country. When people come to rescue, these are things they do. We'll make that comparison with Liberia and Benin tomorrow. So for our viewers, follow us tomorrow. It'll be fascinating.
Thank you.
Right.
So the viewers, I think they hearing that. So tomorrow is going to be, we'll be comparing. We'll be saying Porto, Linfordshire, Linfordstrom, Pork and Run. You know, so comparison is all about, you know, trying to make two things look the same, but at the same time, then why you try to make them look the same, then you see the difference between them. You see it? So that's why I will be on tomorrow. I will be, I'm not too sure, but I will be, I can't promise that I will be, or I can't promise that I will not be, because I'll be at work tomorrow. So it depends what will happen at work, then I will be here, or I might be following the show, not participating. But so I want to say thank you very much to our technician, our technical manager. I know what an important midnight just who want to be technician. Why you learn all this thing? You want to be mechanic? Okay, guys, so that's it. And we want to say thank you very much. Who want to take us home with one music? Yeah, because people, I can dance with any music.
Let's Paul, take her home. Don't take him with Takun J. I'm tired of saying Takun J now.
No. Takun J, that he can represent. I mean, he can introduce us.
Takun J.
Paul gets some music, but man, that your gospel music, that gospel, that radical gospel music, that music is that radical song.
No, you know, the thing about that music is exactly what happening in Liberia now. Well, if you see Reverend Tappet taking people to go protest for job, and this guy music is seeing people make promises, they lie, they do all sort of things. I mean, he just summarized the whole behavior of Liberian in the music. That's what I love to play that music. It's a good thing. So why is it a party? Why is it a party chairman? You already have a position, whole chairman of a party. You organizing protest for you to go to National Port Authority. What's the intent?
But it was real true that he organized a protest?
He organized a protest. What's the intent? Whole party chairman organizing intent. I mean, protest. What's the intent behind it?
That democracy, not because he's chairman of the party, so the party
he said, I want to go to the National Port Authority.
Yeah, that's what he was promised, maybe from the start.
Oh, really? So, and you see that this...
Yeah, so take us home.
So, Jamal, you want to say anything to your viewers for being with us?
Thank you very much for being with us tonight. We've been a great follower everywhere from Jala TV, US, every continent. We say thank you very much for being part of the Bottom Library. We want to see you tomorrow and next week.
God, just before go, I mean, I think we recognize a few of the people, but the next session, I think we got a couple of people here. We got B. Ellis Guel, that's one of my brothers. Then we got Davi, we got Mr. Opposite, Davo, Kasser, Boima, Momo, Henry K. Gayflor, then Joe Man joined us earlier on. And then we also have Benawu, Benjamin, Christopher Bala, and Glorious. I say it is so. But thanks to all of you for liking and joining us. So whenever we come on, you will get a notification. So just make this place your home. And that's how we want to leave you here tonight. We'll be here tomorrow again, as promised. Paul, it's all yours.
You see, unnecessary they sleeping on duty. While patients are crying, they having conversation. While patients are dying, they busy chatting on Facebook. Anything you do in this world, you will get your reward. Be happy, I want to hear you be happy. Other instructors, listen to me. You make the test hard for the students to fail. You giving grades to the student because of money. You giving grades to the student to sleep with them. Anything you do in this world, you will get your reward.